Hello everyone and welcome to May B&B 724 YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. Brooke and Katie ponder Ridge's response to Nick and Hope's reluctance to Steffy's plan. Steffy, Hope, and Carter conclude a meeting at Forrester. Hope is happy to be back at her favorite company. It seems like home again, Carter agrees. Steffy wants to put more money into the fragrance line because she finds Carter's ideas impressive. Carter appears uneasy as he says, "I think it's time we get Daphne back from Paris." Hope believes that adding some other skill could be entertaining. Furthermore, Steffy is confident that Daphne would comprehend the significance of the ring because she made a move on Carter and they are now engaged. Hope wonders if she will honor it. Carter affirms that she will, pointing out that she is Paris' most well-known nose. Steffy claims that in order to succeed as much as possible, they need her. Additional, Annika Noel honors queens. Hope and Carter later share a kiss in the dressing room. He wants to discuss Steffy's decision to bring Daphne back. Although Hope acknowledges that it wasn't her first priority, it makes sense if they want to release another scent. She disputes having any insecurities about them. She simply has no faith in Daphne. I hope B&B. Carter acknowledges that Hope doesn't trust Daphne, but he also notes that Hope does. Hope claims that Daphne's return will act as a continual reminder of her attempts to distance herself from them. He tells her that she shouldn't be concerned. He has serious doubts that Steffy will succeed in her goals. Hope thinks that, although Daphne might move for a man, she definitely prefers Paris. Carter reiterates that she shouldn't be concerned. They share a kiss. Daphne is called by Steffy. Steffy calls Daphne in Paris and informs her that the numbers are skyrocketing. Her sample of men's perfume also smells fantastic. She believes they are in for another setback. However, since the creator is located halfway around the world, Steffy questions how they can launch it. "You must return to Los Angeles. I need my friend to return." Steffy is informed by Daphne that the perfume, not the maker, is what sells. Steffy makes an argument. She is reminded by Daphne of the reason she departed Los Angeles. "I heard they are engaged." Steffy responds, "They are." She doesn't mean to offend. This is business. "Daphne, you must be present." Daphne apologizes, but she is unable to be there at this time. "Please return to Los Angeles. I can't keep Carter from my mind." Daphne B&B. After disconnecting, Daphne frowns reflectively as she reminisces about Carter. Ridge makes a noise. When they get to the Forrester mansion, Taylor asks Ridge if he wants to discuss because she can see he's thinking about something. Last night, he was withdrawn. Nothing escapes Dr. Taylor Hayes. Ridge grunts. He maintains that it is unimportant. Brooke and a man from her past, from your past, were together when I entered. The most beloved sailor is back in town. B&B at Taylor Ridge. According to Taylor, Ridge didn't seem overly thrilled to see Nick. "How does it make you feel to see him with Brooke?" she says. Taylor reiterates that seeing his half-brother with Brooke wasn't easy for him. According to Ridge, he is a tool. "I simply don't like the man. I never will." Brooke is free to choose whether or not to spend time with him. Additionally, we already know who will thwart Luna's plot thanks to B&B. After discussing the unpleasant past, Ridge declares his hatred for Nick. Brooke has nothing to do with it. He finds it bothersome that both Nick and Bill are egomaniacs. Even though it's not what he wants, Taylor reminds him that Brooke has the right to see Nick. Ridge finds it annoying when she implies that Nick and Brooke may be together. He'll never be fond of the man. "All right. Are we doing okay?" They give each other hugs. B&B at Taylor Ridge. Brooke gives her sister an update. When Katie asks Brooke whether she's okay in the design office, she can sense that her thoughts are elsewhere. Unless she's thinking of something else, she assumes she's thinking of Ridge. According to Brooke, a blast from her past upended her life yesterday. An unexpected guest. Nick Marone. More. Nick's plans are hinted at by Wagner. Nick was back in town, but Katie was unaware of it. According to Brooke, he just arrived. Katie assumes that he is aware of Ridge and Taylor. Katie comments that it must be pleasant to be sought and that he appeared with Brooke after becoming unmarried. Brooke acknowledges that a kiss occurred after he activated the charm. Katie is thrilled with his transformation from sailor to shipping tycoon. He told her she deserved better than Ridge, according to Brooke. "You do," replies Katie. "What are your thoughts about that?" B&B Katie Brooke. Brooke thinks she is worthy of better. Ridge must realize that he must treat her more kindly. "I asked him to get back to me." Katie believes that Nick's return may have arrived at the ideal moment. Given his response, Brooke questions whether Ridge will be pushed. When Katie finds out that he interrupted them, she inquires, "Do you believe he was envious?" According to Brooke, he advised her to avoid him. "How is that fair?" says Hope. "He seems protective of Brooke. Or perhaps he is jealous," Katie says. The happiest family is appended by Finn's biggest lunar mistake. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, John Finn Finnegan repeatedly vows to keep Steffy Forrester and the children safe. Because Luna Nozawa is a persistent menace, Finn is prepared to go to any lengths to protect his family. But if Finn had handled things differently, all of this might have been prevented. Finn has already committed his most significant lunar error, which will eventually destroy his beautiful family. Puppy Nozawa's failure to inform Finn of Luna's paternity is not his responsibility. We can't really blame Finn for believing Puppy's falsehoods and trusting her, but he probably ought to have insisted on a DNA test sooner. What Finn did after learning that he was Luna's biological father was the true issue. Finn certainly ought to have held his tongue rather than hurrying to Luna and yelling the bio-dad news. With Steffy, Hayes Finnegan, and Kelly Spencer, Finn destined his family for trouble by confiding in Luna and establishing such a strong emotional bond with her. From that moment on, Luna was obsessed with dating Finn, and Finn's emotional embrace just made things worse. Finn was already aware of Luna's heinous actions, so confessing would only lead to further mayhem. Given that Luna was under house arrest when Finn came clean, some may defend him, but she's the type of woman who will do whatever it takes to achieve her goals. Finn knew that Luna had killed 2 men and abducted Steffy, but he couldn't have predicted that Bill Spencer would set up Luna's pardon. Given that Luna is a wild card with limitless potential, Finn ought to have been more circumspect about what he revealed. This is particularly true given the futility of Finn's confession. Finn got Luna all worked up and agitated for no reason because he couldn't have a true father-daughter relationship with her. If Luna didn't know her paternity, she wouldn't be planning retaliation against Steffy and going for Hayes at this time. To be honest, Finn could have saved Luna some misery by just leaving her in suspense about her biological father. He could have also spared his family from the extra Luna drama that is currently developing. Naturally, B&B was unable to deliver this uncontrollable Luna plot, so we can understand why Finn ultimately had to make this error, at least from a writing perspective. Carter's dilemma, Hayes' peril, and Brooke's prospects. Spoilers for the week of June 23, 2025, on The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that there will be several surprises. As Luna Nozawa continues to target the young child, fans should anticipate that Hayes Forrester Finnegan will be in danger. Hope Logan and Carter Walton will deal with the problem in the meanwhile. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The future of Brooke Logan. You can anticipate that Brooke Logan will have to make a choice next week. The unexpected kiss and return of Nick Marone took Brooke by surprise. Ridge Forrester objects to Nick's desire for Brooke to be his fate. Ridge's relationship with Taylor Hayes is acceptable, but Brooke's separation is not. All right, Ridge. Going on, Brooke will seek out reliable perspectives from people regarding her love prospects. Can Brooke even move on from Ridge? That's the second problem. Months have passed, and she is still smitten with him. Nick did caution Brooke that she would have to leave Ridge in the past if they were to reconcile. Scenes from Naples and Capri are forthcoming. Let's see what occurs. The complication of Carter Walton. According to spoilers for the week of June 23rd on The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter and Hope may experience a love issue. Daphne Rose is being persuaded to return to Los Angeles by Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy must have a professional purpose for wanting her pal back, but it will be a major problem for Hope. We may thus find out if Daphne says no or if Steffy succeeds. June 23rd, 2025, week. Fans will also be able to see what Luna accomplishes next week. After becoming friends with the teacher, Luna is now enrolled in Hayes' art class. Luna will have the opportunity to become closer to Hayes as a result of all these unforeseen circumstances. It appears that the villain may gain Hayes' trust before abducting him. I might imagine enemies and repentant criminals joining the hunt for the young lad if Luna does end up kidnapping Hayes. Steffy, John Finnegan, Electra Forrester, Bill Spencer, Lee Finnegan, and even Sheila Carter Sharp would have a fantastic opportunity to work together. Ridge and Brooke reunite while Taylor suffers heartbreak. Brad Bell, the showrunner of Bold the Beautiful, has stated that Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan will be reuniting. He said so in a recent interview. In fact, he revealed the reason Ridge would end up with Brooke, the moment it would happen, and the reasons behind the conclusion of Ridge and Taylor Hayes. We're going to talk about everything Brad Bell disclosed, allegedly to keep American fans in the dark. But we know insider information. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Brad Bell's Italian interview was leaked. Since only a section of the interview was made public online, the coverage provided by other writers on this topic was somewhat limited. He did the interview, then I went to get the Italian magazine and translated it. Now I'll give you the inside scoop. So, while they were in Italy shooting remote shots, chief writer Brad Bell did a couple interviews that appeared in an Italian magazine. In the same article, Torsten Kay and Catherine Kelly Lang talk about their characters, Ridge and Brooke. Cast reactions to Torsten Kay and Catherine Kelly Lang's Bold and the Beautiful storylines. She gave some information. He didn't. Even if Catherine and Torsten's stuff was interesting, he was more guarded. Didn't give any spoilers. She contributed a little. Torsten Kay is therefore unhappy with Ridge's treatment of Brooke and Taylor, if that makes you feel better. He asserted that he cannot put up with Ridge because of the way he treats women. He had to read the screenplay, even if he doesn't like him. It's kind of funny because Scott Clifton has also voiced his displeasure of the way his character, Liam Spencer, treats women. Both waffle boys despise waffling characters. She asserts that Brooke, who has been married to Ridge 8 times and had 20 marriages, is very different from Catherine Kelly Lang. High count is the basis for it. I didn't go back and redo her count, but it's quite close. The actress, who is not currently in a relationship, says she is happy and independent. She also talked about how she believed some of Brooke's storylines were absurd and didn't enjoy them. The story of Brooke and Deacon Sharp, in which she got engaged to and became pregnant with her son-in-law, was especially mentioned by Lang. Of course, Bridget Forrester was already married to Deacon when Brooke became pregnant with Hope. The actress went on to say that she didn't like Brooke's liaison with Hope's boyfriend, Oliver. She claims that fans did not like Brooke's behavior at either time. The bold move of Brad Bell, Italian magazine spoilers. The fact that she dislikes things that fans find objectionable is also kind of fascinating. Because he was doing an interview for a magazine that wasn't in English, Brad Bell might have felt comfortable when it was his turn to talk to the Italian magazine, but I had it translated. Then he gave away some significant spoilers. He revealed this, which, in my view, calls into question the entire narrative of Nick Marone and Brooke's time in Italy. Brad Bell claims that scenes with various combinations of Ridge, Nick, Brooke, Steffy Forrester, and Eric Forrester were shot in Italy. Ridge and Brooke have decided to be together indefinitely, he continued. On the soap opera in Naples, Italy, they captured a historic event, he said, characterizing it as unique. While they are in Naples, Bell said that when Ridge finally sees he cannot live without Brooke, he will ask her to live with him forever. Taylor won't be there to defend herself or attempt to rescue things, and it looks like they will dust off that fate while they are overseas. Bell further disclosed that this represents a pivotal moment in Ridge's life. Bold and the Beautiful, incongruous narratives and surprising developments. And here's the really odd part. Jack Wagner hinted that Brooke and Nick might potentially have a future together and said in a few interviews with US soap opera blogs that Nick's return could be the first of many. The issue is that Jack Wagner uses Bold and the Beautiful as talking points. Actors can say more than just plot lines. They are told what they can say. Put another way, Brad Bell is in Italy providing spoilers to an Italian magazine while the press office and Brad Bell are telling Jack Wagner to say something to the American media. Admittedly, this is quite typical. The B&B brand is appropriate. For instance, fans soon understood that Sugar, not Sheila Carter, had died when Kimberlyn was trying to persuade us that Sheila had perished. Weeks before the show's final announcement, fans deduced what they believed to be a major twist, but it was soon revealed. Actor interview verified exits, Bold and the Beautiful. Then, while they were pretending Finn Finnegan had died, Tanner was dispatched out to conduct exit interviews, In light of Finn's death, he was talking about his acting career. In no way am I condemning the actors. They comply with directions during the interview. Although they may not even be aware of the route the narratives are headed, they are obliged by the show to go give interviews and say these things. All I know is that Brad Bell completely contradicted Jack Wagner's statements, which he was undoubtedly coerced into making. This utterly destroyed the plot and, in a sense, made it useless for me to watch Nick and Brooke's tiny little romance. Ridge and Brooke. The conclusion of Bold and the Beautiful. That's right. I can't talk about it yet, but Brooke and Ridge will exchange something very important. Catherine Kelly Lang also revealed a minor spoiler, implying that it's not bodily fluids. They might elope in Italy. They might exchange vows and rings. It's clear that Brooke finds love while Taylor breaks her heart again. I think they had the chance to bring Jack Wagner back for a July sweeps ratings boost without any hope that Brooke would end up with Nick, regardless of what he stated in those interviews. He is aware of the current narrative and the scripts that he has been given, but he is only allowed to say what he is authorized to say. This is because, as we have seen before, the soap opera gave him talking points. Brad Bell, Torsten Kay, and Catherine Kelly Lang were interviewed for the article's conclusion, which stated that Bold and the Beautiful is getting ready to give us a big surprise. This was the end of Ridge and Brooke's back and forth for good. I don't know why Brad Bell disclosed all of this in an interview, even if it was done in a European language. Bold and the Beautiful plots ruined. It seems absurd to divulge the resolution of a significant story issue and inadvertently ruin Nick's huge comeback, which many fans were anticipating. Why not just be quiet and refrain from revealing anything, since it'll be broadcast in Italy in roughly 6 weeks or a month? He was therefore giving Italian fans a heads up on what was to happen. In conclusion, team supporters should rejoice with Brad Bell's declaration that Brooke and Ridge are endgame. They are reconciling on this location taken in Italy. If you're not a fan of Nick and Brooke, the news is bleak. And if you were hoping that Ridge and Taylor would eventually tie the knot, as their daughter Steffy wants, you will be disappointed. Since Brad Bell stated that everyone is aware of it, I translated it. I read it. This is a serious leak. However, the writing was already on the wall. To be fair, Ridge has been thinking about Brooke while maintaining that 1,000-yard look. Ridge is clearly thinking about Brooke as he declares his love for Taylor. We can only pray that Taylor won't experience another episode of broken heart syndrome. She might get the chance to fall in love with someone else. Maybe Bill Spencer. She only tried to kill him once. I don't think he'll hold that bullet against her. We'll see. Showrunner Brad Bell of The Bold and the Beautiful made the bold and enlightening decision to confirm what fans of the CBS soap opera have long suspected, and perhaps feared, that Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan are reuniting, rekindling their tumultuous, decades-long romance and leaving Dr. Taylor Hayes in emotional ruin. It's not just speculation, though, as Brad Bell disclosed this latest development in the Eternal Triangle in an extremely candid interview with an Italian magazine during the show's on-location filming in Italy. Even though American viewers may have been kept in the dark for suspense, Bell's international remarks, which were recently translated, blew the plot open and made it very clear that Brooke and Ridge are endgame, Taylor is out in the cold, and the consequences of this dramatic romantic shift will surely shake every part of the Forrester family. The interview, which also featured comments from Torsten Kay, Ridge, and Catherine Kelly Lang, Brooke, alluded to the impending emotional repercussions. Lang gave mild spoilers by revealing that Brooke would soon receive something very important from Ridge, likely a vow or ring that would symbolize their permanent commitment, while Kay expressed discomfort over Ridge's ongoing mistreatment of both women. This role-life exhaustion reflects viewers' long-standing annoyance with Ridge's erratic affections. Brad Bell, however, was not holding back. He made it apparent that Ridge gets a fundamental realization in the Naples scenes. He cannot live without Brooke. When he proclaims his love for Taylor and asks her to live with him forever, he essentially kills any possibility of a future with her. After years of strife, betrayal, forgiveness, and suffering, Bell says this pivotal scene is a historic turning point in the soap opera, providing Bridge viewers with the ultimate payoff. Viewers who are interested in Taylor's emotional journey will be disappointed, while fans of Brooke and Ridge should celebrate. Taylor herself may suffer the most as she is once again sidelined just as she seems to be on the approach of finding genuine happiness. Because it challenges Jack Wagner's recent return as Nick Marone, a character with a complicated and deep relationship with Brooke, this storyline twist is even more controversial. There is a real possibility that Brooke and Nick will rekindle their romance, based on Wagner's statements with American media. However, Brad Bell's interview disproves such notion. Wagner and the other cast members actually given talking points by the show's publicity team, which are controlled messaging designed to keep the plots and audience interest high. Wagner might have genuinely believed in Nick and Brooke's future, despite the stark disparity revealed by Bell's Italian admissions. The writers of the program never really considered a reunion with Nick. This dishonesty is nothing new at B&B. Notably, actor Tanner Novlin had to do exit.